wins, I'm just saying. Can he? Can he? Can he? Yes! Luke Littler, is it a 9-dart finish?
How good is Luke Littler actually? Put yourself in Michael van Gerwen's shoes. How would you feel after getting whooped 7-3 by a 17-year-old in the 2025 PDC World Darts Championship? In case you haven't heard, wonder kid Luke Littler beat the 35-year-old 3-time champion to become the youngest winner in PDC history. Yeah, a teenager just schooled one of the greatest of all time on the biggest stage. But how good is Luke Littler actually? Was his record-breaking win well-deserved, or was it the fluke of the century? Stick around to find out. You know what's wild? Watching a teenager play like he's been in the World Finals for a decade. Luke Littler doesn't just show up, he shows out. You'd expect a kid born after 2007 to crumble under that kind of spotlight. But when the lights get brighter, Luke doesn't blink. He stares right back at the moment like, yeah, I'm built for this. Before he even threw a dart in the 2025 PDC World Championship final, all eyes were on him. Social media blew up. Fans were losing their minds, and commentators kept bringing up his age, like it was supposed to mean something. But for Luke, it meant nothing. Pressure didn't faze him. He walked out there like he was playing a casual pub game on a Tuesday night. Sports psychologist Dr. Linda Duffy nailed it when she called him cool, calm, and collected under pressure. This isn't fake confidence, he's not pretending to be chill, he actually is. Even after going 2-0 up in the final, he admitted he felt nervous for a bit. But what did he do? He told himself, just relax. Don't panic, don't overthink, it's just vibes. Come on, man, that's next level composure. And it's not just in big finals. He carries that same energy in Premier League matches, exhibitions, qualifiers, you name it. Every dart he throws feels like he's playing without a care in the world. That's the kind of unshakable mindset you can't teach. It's natural, almost as if he was born with it. Off the stage, it makes even more sense. This is a teenager who plays Call of Duty, watches football, and treats himself to kebabs and pizza without overthinking a thing. He's not buried in spreadsheets or doing yoga at sunrise. He's living like any other teen. But that lifestyle helps him stay grounded. He's not carrying the weight of the world, he's just having fun. People forget that pressure in sports isn't just about the competition. It's the media, the fans, and the expectations. It's walking into an arena where 10,000 people expect magic every night. Most players take years to build up that mental armor. But for Luke, he acts like he's had it since birth. And let's not ignore the fact that he was already handling pressure way before he turned pro. Back in youth tournaments, when grown men were getting shocked by a 12-year-old with braces, he was already in kill mode. Losing didn't break him, winning didn't distract him, he just kept moving. Even now, after winning the World Championship, he's not suddenly acting like a superstar. He still jokes around, shrugs off interviews, and doesn't let the hype get to his head. That level of emotional control is scary good. So yeah, when we say Luke Littler is calm under pressure, we're not talking about basic nerves. We're talking about a generational talent who plays the biggest matches of his life like they're no big deal. And that's not just impressive, that's championship DNA. Now, how can we talk about how good this kid is without some numbers? Well, Luke Littler doesn't just score, he scorches. This kid throws darts like he's programmed to hit trebles with military precision. And when the stakes go up, so does his accuracy. If you're trying to beat him, you'd better bring a calculator, because the man puts up math. Start with this: 4 9-darters in one season. One of them came in the Premier League final. That's like hitting a hole-in-one to win the Masters or sinking a buzzer beater in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. It's not just skill, it's cinematic. It's the kind of thing that makes announcers lose their voices. And then there's that ridiculous 140.91 set average against Ryan Meikle. Just think about that for a second. That's not a personal best, that's an all-time stat. Most players are thrilled to average in the 90s. A 100 average is elite, but 140 plus, that's alien behavior. And he did it in a televised match, not in some quiet backroom event with no pressure. Just pure dominance. Now, here's the funny part. The kid admits he's terrible at maths. He'll literally tell you straight up that numbers aren't his thing. But when he's on stage, he calculates finishes faster than you can say 180! That kind of muscle memory only comes from grinding out thousands of hours of throws. Miss, adjust, and repeat. He started young, like really young. At 18 months, he was flinging magnetic darts at the fridge. By 5, he was already throwing on a proper board. That early start matters. His brain practically grew around the game. That's why he reacts faster, scores smoother, and finishes cleaner than guys twice his age. And it's not just about scoring, it's when he scores. He doesn't pad his averages in dead legs, he pulls out monster legs when the match is tight. 2 legs all, final set, crowd going wild? Luke will casually rip off a 180, follow it with a 140, and finish on a double like it's nothing. He thrives in those pressure pockets most players dread. I mean, we're witnessing something rare. He doesn't just score big, he scores smart. He knows when to pile on pressure and when to back off. He knows how to set up doubles, how to force mistakes, how to keep the rhythm going. Simply put, Luke Littler is a scoring machine who turns every board into his personal target range. Big numbers? That's his comfort zone. Big moments? That's his playground. Now, if darts had a stats leaderboard like football or basketball, Luke Littler would already have his own wing. And we're not talking about promising rookie stats either. We're talking full-blown numbers that make you ask if this guy is even real. Let's start with one of the biggest milestones in darts history. Littler is the youngest player ever to reach back-to-back PDC World Championship finals. Not just once, but 2 years in a row. And he did it while most kids his age are just finishing high school. That's a level of consistency you don't expect from someone who still eats chicken nuggets before a match. And it gets crazier. In just those 2 World Championship appearances at Alexandra Palace, he managed to rack up more than 100 plus averages than almost anyone else. In fact, only 7 players in history have done better than that in their entire careers at the venue. Keep in mind, some of those legends have been playing professionally longer than Littler has been alive. But his biggest flex? The 180s. If you know darts, you know that a 180 is the highest possible score with 3 darts. It's basically the home run of the sport. Littler didn't just hit a few, he obliterated the previous annual record by landing 771 maximum 180s since the last World Championship. That beat Michael Smith's previous record of 714 in 2022 like it was nothing. He's smashing grown man records before he's old enough to vote, and during the 2025 tournament alone, Littler hit 64 180s before the final even started. Just to compare, his 2 semi-final opponents, Chris Dobby and Stephen Bunting, combined for less than that. Imagine showing up to the same exam and one student writes 2 full essays while you're still figuring out the first question. That's what Littler is doing to seasoned pros. And we haven't even mentioned the 9 darters. He landed 4 of them in 2024 alone, including 1 in the Premier League final. That's right, he pulled off one of the most difficult feats in darts. And he did it in the championship match under the brightest lights with the world watching. No flinching, just calm, clinical darts. But one of the most insane stats came in a match against Ryan Meikle. Littler finished an entire set in 32 darts with a jaw-dropping 140.91 set average. That's not just fast, that's turbo speed. That's blink and you'll miss it darts. That's better than what most world champs ever achieve, and he's doing it like it's just another Thursday night. To put it simply, Luke Littler's stats aren't just impressive, they're record-shattering, history-making, and absolutely terrifying for anyone standing across the oche from him. He's not just beating the best, he's rewriting the record books while still figuring out what his favourite walk-on song is. Now here's the part that really messes with your head. Luke Littler doesn't train for 6 hours a day. He's not grinding every second like a robot. Sometimes the guy only practices for 20 to 30 minutes a day. That's right, half an hour. The same time it takes to scroll through your favourite TikTok feed. But what happens in that short window is pure magic, because it's not how long he practices, it's about how well he practices. Littler himself has said he likes to keep it chill. He'll throw for a bit, maybe work on some doubles, maybe hit a few 180s just for fun. Then he's off to play FIFA or grab a kebab. And somehow, that works. Why? Because he's already logged the real hours earlier in life when no one was watching. His former coach Carl Holden once said, Littler spent his childhood getting schooled by older players. Not just once or twice, we're talking thousands of hours of learning the hard way, losing games, watching others, figuring out what worked and what didn't. That's the kind of experience you can't fake. You don't get that by standing in front of a dartboard for 6 hours with no real competition. You get that by being thrown into the deep end and swimming your way out. Even his psychology backs it up. Dr. Linda Duffy pointed out that since Littler had been playing darts since he was 18 months old, which is around the time most kids were learning their ABCs, he was already working on hitting triple 20s. His dad put up a magnetic dartboard when he was a toddler, and as I mentioned earlier, by age 5 he was on the real thing. That early exposure built his foundation, and once that was in place, everything else just clicked. So when Littler says he only trains for a short time now, it's not because he's lazy or overconfident, it's because he already put in the groundwork from day one. And when he does practice, it's focused, it's efficient. He knows exactly what to work on. No wasted time, no fluff. It also keeps him mentally fresh. He doesn't burn out, he doesn't dread practice, he enjoys it. And when you enjoy something, you get better at it quickly. Littler treats darts like a game, not a job. That attitude keeps him sharp, relaxed, and most importantly, hungry for more. Plus, think about it. How many young players flame out because they push too hard too soon? Littler has found a way to stay balanced. He plays hard, but he also chills hard. And that mix of old school training and modern chill is part of what makes him so unique. So no, Littler doesn't train like a maniac, but make no mistake, he's been preparing for this moment his entire life. Quietly, confidently, one short, sharp session at a time. And judging by how he's playing, it's working just fine. So how good is Luke Littler actually? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, click to subscribe.